Hello again and welcome everyone. Well, I've been out here working on the Reliant a little bit more, and I wanted to show you some progress I'm making. I've started to work on these work nacelles, and what you've got to do to light this model is you've got to cut these flux chiller grills out. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about how I did that. You can see I've got this one all finished up. Just got to go in and do some light sanding with paper, but I've used my Dremel tool here to start out by drilling out the holes, and then I come back with my little cutoff wheel and just kind of connect the dots, come along in here and just cut all this out, and then the rest of these edges I'll clean up with a file. So just thought I'd show you a little update on that, and I'll go into a little bit of how I'm drilling that here. Alright, so here we have the Dremel tool set up in the Dremel press here, and I'm just going to go in and drill these holes in on this flux chiller grill. I'm just going to make a series of holes in a line here on the top side and the bottom side here, and then maybe one in the center. And then I'll be done drilling, and then I'll come back with the cutoff wheel. I'll pull the Dremel out of here and use the cutoff wheel, and we'll cut this piece out, and then we'll file the rest of it smooth. So I'll just kind of show you how I'm doing this. Now, with plastic, you've got to stop every little bit and clear off your drill bit here, otherwise it starts to get clogged up. And might have to use a hobby knife to clean that off, because it actually heats up pretty good and it's melted on there pretty quick. Just knock that off there and then keep right on going. I think I'll slow my speed down here just a little bit. The nice thing about this press is that you can use it to put your holes exactly where you want them to be without slipping. Now I've just moved on to the bottom row here and just coming right straight across. Okay, as you can see, we've just kind of punched out a bunch of holes here in the center of this thing. So what I'll do now is I'll take my Dremel press out of the holder here, my Dremel tool actually out of the press itself, and I'll attach this piece on here. Just by freehand, I'm going to come back now and cut these lines in here across, and I'll get this part punched out. So now what I've done is I've taken my Dremel tool out of the press over there, and I've put this cutoff wheel attachment on, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut these grills out nice and straight here. Just following along with where I've drilled these holes. Okay, so basically we've got just the center part left here, and I'm just going to take my hobby knife and clip this off. Oh, pretty stubborn. Okay, when you get this out of here, you can see it's just kind of rough in there a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is come back with this same cutoff wheel. And on the back side here, it's got the, I'll stop and show you this real quick. On the top, it's got kind of a coating on it, so with the back side of the wheel here that's open, I'm going to use this to shave this all down, just really carefully. Knocking the burrs off here with my fingers. You can see this has already given us a pretty, we're already pretty close to the shape of this thing. So just some coming back in and cleaning this up a little bit with your hobby knife, and then we're going to be doing some file work here, and I'll show you the types of files I'm going to use. I'll get my hobby knife put back together here. Go. Okay, we're just gonna kind of shave a little bit more of this down here, some of these bigger chunks, and you can see that there's still a little bit of this here, part of the old grill, and here at the rear. And I don't want to go too far with my hobby knife here. The rest of it I'm just going to do this with a file. So what I've got here is I've got a combination of this one large flat file for doing the whole open area here, basically like this, and then that's going to give you the nice level line across here too, filing kind of across the work like something like this. That's going to keep it nice and level. And then I have a flat file with a round edge on the back side, and that's going to give me my nice line up inside this little curved area here at the rear. And then this little kind of medium-sized flat file that I'll work with up here at the front. I'm not going to bore you with showing you how the filing is done, but basically when you go and finish up, it looks like this. And you come back and just fill it in with some nice, probably some 320 grit sandpaper, and sand this all really nice and smooth. Now I don't have the chiller grills yet from Don's Light and Magic, but I'm assuming that they're designed to kind of, they probably have a beveled edge on them, and they'll just lay in from the back side and fit in this slot really nice. So that's going to work out really nice. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the work I'm doing on the saucer for the lighting on the outside of the saucer. Get back with that in a second. Okay, so here we go. Starting out at the rear, I'm going to work my way around. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things to get rid of. So here we go. Just going to smooth them out. Going to set my speed kind of low here. I'm just going to take those down just so I have just a little bit of a nub of it still sticking up, and the rest of it I'll sand smooth. I just want to be careful not to nick any part of the hull here. Okay, I got that one down pretty good. Okay, that's all finished up on our top side. Bottom side now. Basically the same 5 we've got to get rid of here. Again, I'm just leaving a little bit of that sticking up. I just don't want to go and make a low spot on this. Alright, so there we go. They're pretty much smoothed out already, but all I'm going to have to do now is come back with some sandpaper and just sand those out. And then I'm going to go and drill my new holes here for my marker lights. And we're going to be using a 3mm bulb in here, so I'll make the hole the according size, and the bulb will sit right in there nice and tight, and we'll be moving on. Some of the windows I'm going to be doing on this just by hand drilling that are still molded into this model. I mentioned that stencil kit for the other windows on the top here, but some of the windows on the bottom side are still here on the kit, so I'm going to go ahead and be drilling those out as well. And we're making some good progress. Just waiting for our parts to get here so we can move on with the electronics side of it. So we'll update you some more as we move along, and until we see you next time, everyone, happy modeling.